Welcome back. It is time for us to find a new home. So I'm going to scroll through this so that you can read it. But what's going to end up happening is we're going to check out a couple of planets, see if they will have the resources that we need to be able to build a home there. And then we're going to pick a spot and begin the journey of rebuilding. Now, what's cool about this is that I was talking to someone in the last video. I had done a sort of like a synopsis on a original series episode, and someone told me, matter of fact, not someone, several people said, you know what, if you want to connect with the game, look at the Next Generation. And I did.
Nausicaan ships, dead ahead. They were jamming our sensors. That's why we couldn't get a clear reading on this area. It's an ambush. They're hailing us. Probably to gloat. Pirates like these only care about scrapping the ship for parts and selling any survivors to the Orions. Should I open the channel?
There's nothing better than killing Romulans.
Oh, he's talking that smack. That smack that people talk when they don't realize they're about to get their butt handed to them. It's okay. Go ahead. Talk smack. It's your moment. So anyway, I said, okay, I will start looking at the Next Generation because that was one of my favorite series. The original series holds a special place in my heart because my mother and I used to watch that together. But the Next Generation is the one that I sort of, started geeking out on my own. We would every once in a while watch one together. But yeah, that's the one where I was like, ooh. So, and I think that the first episode really goes with this. It's like the timing could not have been better. Absolutely could not have been better.
If it's not tall Shiar,
to sync with
it's
the game.
Nausicans. What's next? Iconians? We were able to get a few scans of the planet during combat. It's no good. The wildlife is too hostile and the natural resources too few. That leaves us with one last system. The Dewa system. Dewa 3 show.
Oops, that totally cut him off. Oopsie daisies.
If it's not tall Shiar, it's the Nausicans. What's next? Iconians? We were able to get a few scans of the planet during combat. It's no good. The wildlife is too hostile and the natural resources too few. That leaves us with one last system. The Dewa system. Dewa 3 shows some promise. We can leave orbit whenever you're ready.
So, we're gonna check out the next system.
We have confirmation of a
See
suitable
if that's
planet.
a go.
I'm patching us through to Tyme now. He'll want an update on the situation. I'll connect you as soon as you're ready.
Oh, so he's not gonna talk. So I can talk now. Yeah, so the next place that we're going to is a more compatible place. So let's see if this one will work.
Dewa 3. This could be the new Romulan homeworld. The radiation levels of this planet made it uninhabitable, but long-range surveys have detected drops in the toxicity over the past few years. Our orders are to deploy sensory probes to scan the planet, and, if they return positive, beam down for a closer look.
Okay, so the first episode was, and you'll see why sort of syncs with this. They were tasked with the mission of exploring the mystery about how this Farpoint station was created on this planet. So while there goes my phone because that's what always happens. So while trying to negotiate an agreement, to figure out, how, to go down there and interact, guess who we meet? You'll never guess. Well, you probably will guess. We meet Q. Is that not perfect? Since Q is doing all of the winter stuff? Awesome. So, Q hates us. He hates the human race because he thinks that we're barbaric and, he just really hates us. So, the problem is he's more powerful than us, and Picard sort of doesn't read him right. So, what happens is that he gets pissed off and threatens to kill everybody, literally. It's like the most amazing episode. Hang on, look at that boom.
I hope that's the last we've seen of them. The reports from the probes confirm that radiation levels have lowered on the planet. An away team without protective gear should be safe. There don't seem to be any civilizations down there either, but we'll have to beam down to explore the area further. Are you ready to transport? There are several teams that will beam down to other parts of the planet while we explore.
Okay, this is my team. Can't wait till I can switch people out. I'll have more options.
Wow. Look at this place. It's beautiful. Our orders from Tyme are to analyze the local wildlife, flora, and minerals, as well as any bit of radiation.
Okay, so in this mission, we have to gather some stuff and see whether the planet is suitable for us to live on. And you will also see a little mini game in the background that I never get right. Go figure. So anyway, back to the episode. So Picard, tries to tell Q, look, we're not the barbarians that we used to be. We've evolved. We're more intelligent human beings that make better decisions. Q's not having it, okay? And so he says that what ends up happening is that he creates a challenge for us to test whether or not we should, that we've really changed. And the coolest thing happens to ensure that, because if we don't do this challenge, everybody dies. So to ensure, that everybody's safe, I kid you not, the ship splits in half. The round part goes one way, and the bottom handle, joystick looking part goes another. I for some reason or another, I don't remember that. So I admit I rewounded that a couple of times. I'm not even going to front. So anyway, because I thought that was absolutely cool. Absolutely cool. So anyway, so then Picard and Q face off, and it's not pretty. Troy realizes that this guy is like super duper powerful and everything, and they end up in this courtroom where it's not a fair, thing going on. And so that's when Q decides to say, okay, look, this upcoming mission, that's screw you, little game, mini game. So that's when Q decides, okay, we're going to test you with this upcoming mission and see how you handle this. You've got 24 hours or you're dead. Everybody's just dead. So time to figure out what's going on at Farpoint, because Farpoint is a very interesting place.
I have new orders for you.
So I think it's too soon to decide. Okay, so what's so interesting about Farpoint? Well, when you think something, it actually comes true. Yeah. So if you think about anything, it happens. Like if you're shopping and you're like, oh, I wish I had this type of material. Boom! There goes the material. It just appears. And so it's like, okay, wait a minute, how could this possibly be happening here? You know? Come to find out, after, a series of events, I don't want to say everything that happens because I'm hoping that I inspire people, if you haven't watched the series, to check it out. And if you have watched it, to go back. You know what I'm saying? Um, they get stuck. It always happens where they lose communication with the ground team and they don't know what's going on. And then one side finds out information that they can't tell to the other. You know how that goes. So, where's all of this magical power coming from? Well, what they find out is that somehow or another, these people at Farpoint captured a creature and were using its powers and energies to do all of this, to it's the foundation of the station.
What's that? Tholians. What are they doing here? Tholians. Just what we needed. Tholians are known for not caring very much about us humanoids. I don't think they even know the difference between a Romulan and a Reman. The ship isn't detecting any more Tholian ships in orbit, but with our luck, that'll change. We should see what those Tholians are after. If this is going to be our planet, they can't take it from us.
I don't know the difference either. Oh, they're cool looking. Don't they remind you of the StarCraft units? Okay, so here's where it becomes completely badass. Completely badass. So, this thing starts shooting at them from up in the sky, and they're like, well, what the hell is this? So it's this like jellyfish kind of thing shooting at them because it's trying to free its mate that's trapped in the station. Awesome. So what ends up happening, of course, is that this all unravels, and the one that's been captured is freed, and you see, them reunite, and it's like a really touchy moment. I don't really like, like the chick flick love. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not really into that. But this, it was like, oh, look at the little jellyfish. Okay. But then comes the badass moment that I skipped because it's just this awesome. Picard wants to test Riker. And so he's like, okay, because remember I told you that the ship split? Well, they had to come back together, So he told Riker to put those two ships back together blind with no automation. And Riker was like, yeah, I'm a badass. I can do this. Unlike me right now because I'm incapacitated. And he did this flawlessly. And the two ships came back together. It was awesome. So now you see why. Because we're about to find a new home.
There appears to be a sword, fossilized in the secretion layer.
See, so we're discovering new stuff and everything, and we haven't really been challenged yet, which is good because, we were challenged up there. So anyway, while you're reading this and everything, that was really a good episode, and I thought that it worked well with this because just like Picard had to prove
the Tal Shiar is
that
advancing on our allies.
Humans had evolved and had to pass a test, we're doing the same thing, finding a new home and forging our way on our own. And I think, yeah, so now I'm like rehooked on the series because it was one of those things like you remember but don't really remember because I don't like redoing things that I've already done. So this is perfect because there's things that I don't remember and things that, just like with the original, sort of look different, now than I remembered them.
We have to stop the Tal Shiar.
I'm sick of you saying that, because we know that we do. But he's gonna say it anyway. So anyway, yeah, awesome episode. And I finally feel like we're making progress as a people in this game, because we're about to get a new home. which I almost positive means we'll have 3 bases. The old one, the new one, and Starfleet. So yeah, I'm excited. I am very excited. And I'm level 10 at this point, so new ship. And I need to improve my flying skills. I know. I don't want to play this with a joystick, not a joystick, a controller. Because I think once I get the practice down, that it'll be okay. We'll see. Maybe I will have to eventually go to a controller, but it seems to me that I just have to adjust to the mechanics because it's very different. Not very different, but just different than what I'm used to. I mean, one thing that I have to get down while you read all of this is turning. I have to properly turn my ship. And from my understanding, as I level through the game, some ships will maneuver better than others, and I have to learn how to adapt to that. So I'm looking forward to that challenge. Definitely looking forward to it. So now we have to go back to the flotilla.
Jolan True, you found something incredible. This will be the new home of the Romulan Republic. It will be Mol Rihan, New Romulus, and we will create a new way of life there. This is exactly what we needed to begin talks with the Klingons and the Federation at Khitomer. Unless you have any more questions, I would report to Tyme. I have many preparations to make. We will need allies to help with the colonization. It's likely that the Federation will be willing to help with this. We also cannot settle on New Romulus without the goodwill of the Klingons, given how close we are to their space. If they would be willing to lend us a small portion of their military might, we would be safer from the Tal Shiar. After that, if Empress Sela continues her attacks, she will be doing it against a new civilization, not a band of rebels. That will make all the difference. We don't know yet, but we do know it is as old as the Sundering and uses materials like those of the Vulcan Swordmasters, so that narrows it down a bit. The Sundering tore our people apart, but it also unified the Romulans under a common cause: the preservation of our emotions and our freedom. If this is truly the sword of the Raptor Star, it could help to once again unify the Romulans under the cause of preserving the freedoms we hold dear. We have to stop the Tal Shiar.
Is there a way I can disable that beeping? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm gonna have to see if I can delete that sound file without the game crashing or something. If you know if there's a way, let me know. So I'm scrolling through this so that you can see we have found a new home, which is rather exciting. I'm looking forward to, well, actually, I know what it looks like. I'm looking forward to showing you guys what it looks like. And that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up. Lets me know, sort of like a guide, whether you like things or not. Links to everything, donations and social media, Amazon wishlist is in the description. And I will see you guys in the next one.